Nick,
What?
okay, go to online multiplayer and then press triangle.
Okay.
Wait, have you made an Xfinity car?
Yes.
Okay, then press triangle. Go
Okay.
to Xfinity series,
Okay.
and then find your car. It should be between Cole Custer and Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Series. Oops. I might be doing that wrong. I think I did that wrong.
It's the Xfinity series.
So wait, I go to create lobby or what now?
Press triangle.
Create lobby.
No.
What?
Circle,
No.
circle, circle.
All the way back out? Okay.
Yes. Where it says My Online Vehicles.
I
Okay,
did mine
I
in,
see my cars. Okay, I see my cars.
Yeah, go there.
Okay.
Go there.
Yep.
I'll
And
just
now,
walk them through it while I do it.
I got a
and
car
now
already.
go
Okay,
Xfinity
so
series in your car.
Yeah, I got Xfinity, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and it's a Chevy.
And
And then,
it's your car, correct?
yeah, it's style, whatever.
Okay.
It's everything.
Yeah, I'm making a quick
Does it
adjustment
say
to my car.
custom underneath the little picture of you?
Oh, is that not what we want?
No, that is what we want. I just want to make sure that's what it says.
Okay. So
I changed
Well,
my
because when I started the lobby, it showed up with you and the 00, and I was like, I don't think that's the car that he picked.
I think Damien's mad at me.
Why?
Cause he's like, Nick isn't Nick without TikToks on his story, and I'm like, okay. And then he just gives me this fucking evil ass look.
I'm not gonna put it down, but just know it's what I
I
think.
still think mine.
Nick isn't Nick without TikTok.
What, AIDS?
So Josh,
Yes.
what do you think about mine?
Think about what?
Why does mine not have custom under it?
Oh,
What the
that
fuck?
short that you sent me?
What is Josh's
Oh. Yeah, that was a good one.
fucking bidet, bitch?
Why does it not say custom under mine? It says 00.
Yeah, I don't know.
The fuck? Whatever.
I'm gonna back out one more time and double check. Okay. So you're on the screen where it says lobby select, correct?
So I go into online multiplayer, right?
Yup.
Okay.
And then you press triangle.
Okay, that's where that problem was coming from. Okay,
And
found
then
it.
you go to Xfinity car.
Yep, got it. Okay, you
Okay.
you all had me confused for a second, okay?
Well, all it takes is 3 words sometimes.
I'm fucking confused.
Exactly.
Oh god. This is what it's going to be like.
Okay.
Oh,
BTW, I'm streaming, so Austin, no gamer word, please.
Big gamer word.
Cause I was.
Oh, you don't want me to pull a Marcel?
No, you're not black. No.
Anywho.
I might have.
Oh, Damien says if you go on his store, you can have the pass. Because on his TikTok, it said that his TikTok guy gave him the N-word pass.
But Damien is black.
Okay, it still says. Oh, because that's what my car number is. Duh.
Yeah.
Fucking retard.
Anywho. Alright, and so here we go in the 4th race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Down at the Tricky Triangle in Pocono. We've heard from Austin about how he's feeling at his home track, ready to get started. Nick, how are you feeling after sitting out a decent amount of the races and waiting for your time to shine here? How are you feeling coming into Pocono?
I don't know. I've never driven on an asphalt track. My dad just bought me this car because I was doing dirt, and he was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's put you in the asphalt. And I was like, fuck. So this is gonna be interesting. So,
First interview, and the new guys are already swearing at us. First interview.
This is going to be very interesting to see. This is not the most easy track for a newcomer, so we will see how this goes. I believe we will be having the green flag at any moment now as the drivers are starting up their engines, getting ready for this beautiful day here in Pennsylvania.
And Pocono Raceway is sponsored by JP Mesker and Sons. If you need your trash tossed out, give us a call.
Alright, and once again we are going green here at Pocono. Starting up front is Joshua in the number 8 car, along with Creek King in the 05. And you have Austin in the 01, correct?
Yes.
Should be a very interesting race. Austin rocking a new paint job for this race, giving a bit of a bump to Josh all the way up to the wall. Very aggressive racing here to start by the 01 car. Last I heard that those two were on good terms after Talladega. But with the Charlotte Roval that just happened, not really sure who's on whose side, considering that race came down to, what was it? How many cautions did we end up having that race? Does anybody know?
A lot.
I believe it was 5+, and there was a big wreck. Not quite sure what happened there. Two cars got into each other and went into the wall, and somebody spun completely. I believe it was the 90 car who actually got completely sideways in front of the leaders. At this time, your first place driver will be Nick, followed by Brandon Boner Jones, Joshua, Elliott Saddle Me Sadler, Caesar Salad Baccarella, followed by Austin, and Chad Beat His Wife Fincham, rounding out your top 7.
So if we go to Austin's dash cam before that accident, what happened was the 99 came down on Austin's left side and just flew past him and caught Austin's front, and he just absolutely just spun out.
oh yeah, I saw that too. He just
Very curious to see how this is going to go on this restart. We are now on our white flag lap, so whoever gets to the line or is in first place when the next caution comes out takes the first stage here at Pocono. Joshua rode up the track into Nick there. Nick gave him a little tap back to retaliate. Nick and Brandon Jones were seemingly battling there for a second as Brandon Jones now pulls ahead, heading into turn number 3. Very curious to see how this is going to file out with Brandon Jones taking the inside
how much snow's out
lane. Brandon Jones is now carrying away into first place right now as Joshua seems to be going wide on the turn. Does not seem to be working out for him there though, trying to close the gap, but Brandon Jones is the winner of stage number 1, followed by Joshua, Nick, Christopher Hells Bell in 4th, Austin in 5th, Chad Fincham 6th, Jeffrey Earnhardt 7th, Elliott Sadler in 8th, Chase Briscoe in 9th, and Greg Galding coming up into the top 10.
Good.
Yep. And here we go. We're about to go green here for the stage number 2. Most of the drivers stayed out besides Nick, so very interesting call there. Must have been trying to fight his way forward for the last stage that time. because after this he should have enough fuel to make it through the rest of the races. Joshua pulls ahead of Brandon Jones there with a very aggressive pass to the outside. Joshua rides up the track. Seems like his tires are just not gripping to that bottom line the way that he wants them to at this time, as Brandon Jones now pulls back ahead into first. Joshua is catching a bit of a draft by him, it looks like. Kind of curious to see as Joshua gives him a tap, and Brandon Jones goes around putting Joshua into the wall. Big crash there.
God damn.
That's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of that turn number 3, it's a sharp enough turn that if you just get in the back of somebody, that's all it takes to really spin him around. Brandon Jones looks like he was going to recover it there for a second. Back wheels did a little bit of a hop, and he went around on the track and collected 2 to 3 drivers there, it looked like. As Austin is pitting, so he must have been one of the drivers that had gotten contact from that crash.
Yeah, I went face first right into him.
That is not what you want to see, especially on a race like this where your aerodynamics actually plays a pretty big part, as Christopher Bell on the restart just takes off right past Joshua. Very curious to see if Christopher Bell will be able to hold him off. He's looked good all weekend long. That number 20 Toyota of his is driving really well. As Joshua and him trade paint, Joshua goes really low for the pass, then cuts underneath the yellow line after the pass was complete. No penalty there, but that could not have been good for his tire wear on 2 laps remaining here in the stage. Going back below the yellow line, he seems to not be able to keep it up above throughout the turns. It's a bit of a concern there, as Christopher Bell looks to take the outside. Bold strategy call there for Bell. Let's see if he can make it work out, as Joshua does pull ahead coming out of turn number 6, I believe. Yeah, turn number 6. And we are taking the white flag here with Joshua in the lead, followed up by Christopher Bell, Chad Fincham, Joe Graff Jr., and Elliott Sadler to round out your top 5. And Joshua goes all the way up to the wall. Was trying to get information from his crew chief at that time and just took his eyes off the road there, it looked like. But he still does have a little bit of a gap there on Christopher Bell coming into turn number 3. Turn number 3, Chad Fincham sent it way in deep on the inside there as Chad Fincham takes off with the lead. Coming into turn number 5 here, Joshua is looking to hold off Elliott Sadler to get second place, as Chad Fincham looks to be running away with the stage number 2 victory here. Nobody will be contesting him. Joshua will be coming in second, followed by Elliott Sadler. And then you have Garrett Smithley working his way up to 4th there with Christopher Bell, Joe Graff Jr., Jeffrey Earnhardt, Jeff Green, Brandon Browner, and Gray Galding rounding out your top 10 here.
And looks like Brandon Jones is not going to be pitting. Everybody besides you and everyone else.
Bold
just
strategy call there by these 3 drivers up in the lead now. Joshua, Nick, and Brandon Jones all did not decide to take the pit. Curious to see where that's going to put them whenever the restart comes back around. Not quite sure what happened there, but I guess we will find out whenever the next caution and or pitting period will be, as you can start to see the tire wear that has happened to the drivers that have stayed out, like Joshua. Nick and Brandon Jones took a pit after stage 1. Brandon Jones due to that crash, and Nick, let's hear from his crew chief. Nick, why did your crew chief have you go ahead and take that pit there? Oh, Christopher Bell with a big hit to the outside of Joshua, spinning him around. into Garrett Smithley, dropping him back into 7th place.
Well, he just didn't know what he was doing. He asked, had some questions. He had some questions, so he had to come in. So now he's good. He thinks he's fine, and he hasn't had any issues so
Gotcha.
far.
Would you say that with the inexperience of your driver, that it's better off to just let him come in and kind of ask those kind of questions, or would you rather him stay out and continue racing at that point?
I don't know. This is bad on me.
Joshua's still back here in 7th. Looks to be getting a decent draft from Brandon Browner as he pulls ahead of Joey Gase there. Blocks him going into turn 3. Joshua seems to be getting a little and there is a car into the wall there, as it looks like, I would say, who was that? I believe it was
a yellow
Greg
car.
Golding.
I tapped him and he
Oh, that would be Brandon Jones then that went into the wall there. Big hit for the driver running in first place. That's not something you want to see. Brandon Jones will be bringing down pit row, so will Joshua at this time. And they seem to be the only ones taking a pit at this point with 10 laps remaining.
I went for a pit too, so...
So now leading up the back of the field is Joshua and Brandon Jones, followed up by Rouse Chastain, the Watermelon Man himself. So here we go, green on the final stage with 7 laps remaining, as there seems to be a bunch of cars slowing down. 6 laps remaining. Is everybody still okay? That was some very interesting driving there. It looks like somebody was asleep on the restart.
I have no fucking idea. I was up fucking...
All of a
I was
sudden,
up somebody's ass.
Bell all of a sudden shot up in front of me and then shot behind me, so... And then shot in front of me again, so I don't know.
Interesting. So it seems like there are some display issues going on our TV camera, in our monitors here in the booth. Let's see if that has fixed itself as we are now going back into stage 3 here at Pocono. Looks like we will be having 4 laps remaining at this time to decide the winner here at Pocono. 3 laps remaining, sorry about that. As a lot of the drivers that we thought were going to be towards the front of the pack all race long actually ended up going to the back after that last crash and restart. Very aggressive driving going on right here with how tight these turns are. We're seeing 3 wide coming out of turn number 2. Very curious to see if that trend will continue with a car going around. Justin Allgaier got spun out. Major crash there in the area of 15th to 28th. Allgaier got spun out and then looked like he collected 2 cars who went back up the track into about 4 or 5 other cars. Not sure if anybody will take a pit with what looks to be us heading into overtime, though.
I have no clue. I'm not. I already took 2, so I think I'll be fine.
Alright, and here we go once again. NASCAR Xfinity overtime at Pocono. Very curious to see how this is going to go in this green-white checker situation with a lot of the key drivers that we thought were going to be leading the race in the middle of the pack and a couple of very strong cars all the way up at the front. Very curious to see if any separation will happen right away with a lot of these drivers. As Joshua goes up into the wall, it looks like he caught a bit of a side draft and was just unable to keep it down low as Nick bounced in front of Joshua and he gets spun around.
I don't know what the hell is happening. Oh wait, no, cancel. Yes, don't pit.
It looked like there was a bit of a lag spike in our monitors there as Nick was about 2 lanes down from Joshua and then pinched him into the wall, spinning him out.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm pretty sure that will put Joshua out of contention for this race with us going into our second NASCAR overtime. as Joshua had to pit to repair damage and is now at the back of the field. We do have two cars that are permanently out of the race and unable to continue at this time. So it is a no, it is still a 38-man field. Never mind. Two cars look like they came back out of the pits to continue this race, as there seems to be another caution. Not quite sure where from. The front of the pack looks all clean and clear. So it must have been somewhere in the back 28, it looks like, but nobody is taking a pit. Very curious situation here, as we will head into our third NASCAR overtime here in the Xfinity race at Pocono Motor Speedway.
I might be fucked.
Yeah, you said top 10 for me to join the team, right? Well, I'm in top 9 right now.
Two top 10s.
Two top 10s? I know, but I'm just... Well, I was just saying.
Major run there by Justin Haley, moving up 3 spots as Joshua takes the outside lane and is gaining multiple spots as he's coming into turn number 1. Went from 23rd to 13, a 10-spot jump on that front straightaway. Once again, new tires for him as he has taken 2 pits in the final stage. Very curious to see what this is going to do for the rest of the field, who are on old tires. As Joshua gets bounced into the wall by Ryan Sieg, he is now falling behind line of Corey Clements here, as the top 10 cars are heading into turn number 5. Very curious to see what's going to happen here with 2 very competitive drivers, and Joshua and Austin and Nick all being side by side coming into turn number 1 here. Looks to be that Joshua is going to go ahead and power his way through turn number 3 as he gets into the brakes and is now back onto the gas coming out with Creep King, Mr. Nick himself, pulling ahead into 7th place as the top 5 cars are just cruising along, and that is our race, ladies and gentlemen.
I got 7th.
Nick fucked me.
It was not the best race, but it was a very interesting one. Our top 10 is Brandon Browner getting the win, with Christopher Bell getting 2nd, Garrett Smithley getting 3rd, Gray Galding in 4th, Josh Balicki in 5th, Joshua in 6th, Nick in 7th, Elliott Sadler is in 8th, Jeremy Clements in 9th, John Jackson in 10th, with Austin finishing just outside the top 10 at 11th.
Back to back.
You said back
to back. I got 11th at the road course.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Online racer.
Alright, pause.
Alright, and our next race to decide who the champion is out of the 3 drivers here in the championship 3 will be Joshua with, how many points is he at now?
201.
And then you have, I believe, Austin in 2nd with
136.
And Nick leading or trailing out the pack in 3rd with
112.
So at this point, I do believe it is Joshua's race to lose. As long as he finishes the race, he should be able to go ahead and get the win here in the first Xfinity Series. Very curious to see how this is going to go, though, with it being Nick's home track. Let's go ahead and get an interview with Nick. Nick, how are you feeling heading into a track that you should know pretty well, Michigan Motor Speedway, or International Speedway?
We're feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty confident. I've been here as a child before, so it's interesting to be on the track. You know, me and my dad talked about it earlier, and he always wanted to see me on this track, so and it's always good to be home, see the family, everybody out here to support me and everything.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad to have you here, and we can't wait to see what kind of racing you get up to today. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, anytime.
Austin, how are you feeling after the race at Pocono? I know it didn't go the way you wanted there in the final stage, falling outside of the top 10.
Well, that '05 car really fucked me on on the last lap. In overtime.
Absolutely. Is there any bad blood there? Is it water underneath the bridge for this upcoming race?
I don't know. It is what it is. Good and
All
bad.
right, ladies and gentlemen, let's fire up our engines here at Michigan International Speedway. Heading into the green flag, we are ready to start this race with Joshua in first, with Nick in second, and Gunn in third place. Followed up by Brandon Brown and Cesar Baccarella.
And Josh DC'd.
Yep, back up.
Back up. God damn it, Josh.
Couldn't even get to turn number 1 there today.
We are struggling hard today, aren't we?
I think Nick is going to be the next John.
What do you mean next John?
John talks so... You remember John from RP?
Yeah.
He was talking so much shit saying that he could get second. And what was the track we went to?
We went to 2. It was Daytona and Bristol.
I think it was Bristol that I had him beat. No, it was Daytona. Because he's like, oh, you're so fucking badass, you can't fucking race. And all this talking shit and everything. And
No,
literally, I was lapped twice from Josh. I wrecked, pitted.
Correct. Let's clear that. He wrecked to try to get himself onto the lead lap.
and John just like kept hitting me on the side and in the back and everything. And it came down to the last turn. I slammed on. I don't even remember how it fucking played out. Cause all I
You
remember
doored the shit out of him, and he spun out in front of you, and then you fucking went sideways.
Oh. Well, okay, this is the thing, Austin. I know I'm not very good at this game. Like, I could at least get top 10. I'm confident in that, but that's about it. That I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get first or second, so don't expect me to ever say that. And if I do, smack me or fucking put me into the wall. So,
if I put you into the wall, it's gonna be full-fledged murder.
So,
you're gonna end up like Austin Dillon, pretty much.
Because I'm nowhere near confident enough to even beat Josh.
I'm still waiting for the commentary to like magically appear into this, like as we're having a little argument.
And it's weird because
let that all finish out.
It's funny because it's like I was like listening to you guys last night, and I was like, I thought about it for a second last night. I was like, oh wait, he's gonna talk to me, ain't he? And then I forgot about it all day, and I was like, and then he asked me the first question. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this. Oh my god. I'm not the best at interviews, and I'm not most confident in racing, so.
Mike's lagging.
International Speedway.
That's what I thought. That's why I thought you put it over there. I told Damien about it, and he's like, "You guys always trip over it." And I'm like,
here we go again at Michigan International Speedway. This time it is Joshua, followed up by Austin, with Nick in third, Brandon Browner and Brandon Jones to round out your top 5. As we now have passed the start-finish line here at Michigan International Speedway. Let's see what tactics these drivers try to pull out here. Coming into turn number 1 at Michigan International Speedway, it is known for a lot of high line driving along with multiple wide racing. sometimes up to 5 even. So very curious to see what strategies will be deployed by all of these drivers here. As Joshua seems to be pulling away a little bit from the pack. Let's see where that leads though, with a lot of these drivers being very well versed on super speedways like this.
Jesus, there's a fight going on in second and third right now.
You can commentate on it. I can't really see it up here.
Well, I can't. Well, because Austin's blue, I mean, his ass is blue. Fucking, I don't know who he's fighting with, though. That's the problem.
I'm
Hi,
fighting
Brendan.
with Brandon Brown.
Let's go, Brandon himself.
Alright, and here we come to the start-finish line again at the halfway point of this stage number 1, with Joshua in first, Brandon Brown up to second, Nick in third, Austin in fourth, and that will be the end of our stage with a caution coming out. Rounding out your top 10 now is Austin in fourth, like I stated earlier, Chad Fincham fifth, Christopher Bell sixth, Brandon Jones dropped all the way back to seventh, Elliott Sadler up in eighth.
What's up, Brandon? What'd you say?
I said this again.
Yes.
You okay?
No.
What's wrong?
Almost ready.
Oh, Nick, have fun with that copyright strike.
Right? That is what it
Alright,
is.
and there's some very tight racing there coming out of turn 1 as Nick taking the high line. Austin dive bombs in and takes over second place from him.
I
Very
got
curious
fucking
to see.
sideswiped.
Yeah, I sideswiped him on accident. Didn't expect him to come out of there.
Brandon, can you mute your mic?
Yes.
I really wish that people could spectate. Caution coming out here at the beginning of stage number 2. Was not able to finish a lap yet, so that's quite interesting. We went 4 whole laps without a caution in stage 1, and now we are
Like one
starting.
little video and someone always has to complain about it. Nothing, just people
Am I still in your
complaining.
guys' session?
Yep, you were in 14th.
Not on my screen. It says I'm in second.
Oh.
It says lost server connection. I'm confused.
Wait, we lost server connection?
It says so?
Yep. Look at the pits. Half the cars are there.
What kills me is with 2 of us, we didn't have a single issue.
It's me. It's honestly probably me.
Hotspot.
I thought it was funny.
Oh, probably almost definitely hotspot, and I'll just not stream. Because it's just going to cause more issues. Yeah, I'll just jump over to my hotspot real quick. One sec. Sorry, stream. I know you're probably having fun with Josh's commentary, but